Hello. I'm back. I'm mostly better. I'm getting there. How is everyone? Hope you all had a good weekend. Jump Scarecrow, because you see, there definitely need to be some crow enemies at some point in the game that have some kind of special reaction. It was your turn to be homesick from work today. Oh, Mom said it's my turn to be homesick today. Let me get on my to-do list here. Turtle? Is it gonna read it?
53? That's divisible by 6.
He's so right. Turtle, thank you for that 53rd month of Tier 1 subscription. That's almost a year. Everything's divisible by 6, it turns out. Ant Farm Minecraft. I completely forgot about Ant Farm Minecraft. How silly. What a dumb concept that was. That we did. Well, welcome in, everyone. Willow, Mac, Day, Theron, Abram, Winterbeast, Al, Turtle. I think that's everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Okay, so Ant Farm Minecraft. The idea was, it was a dumb thing I did with command blocks. I used command blocks to constantly set players' position on one axis to the same value. So people could move around in the x-axis, and they could move around in the y-axis, altitude, but they could not go into the horizon on the z-axis, on the z-axis. And the result was you could only play in this one slice of the world. You could kind of reach out into the horizon a few blocks, but not very far. It was very, very silly. So we had... It was hard to build bases that way. We had to use a lot of ladders. But yeah, it was just very strange. It was a very oxygen not included kind of base setup. I think it could use some refinement. The implementation was not great. It was kind of jittery if you tried to run against the plane. But it was still very interesting. All right. Everything was just out of reach. It's true. Now, if you were very clever with something like you could probably use some water to push things. Oh, it's going great, Abram. Yeah, water bucket was key, but it was hard to get that much iron in the early game. Just because, you know. Now, I wonder. Now, take a game like that. Take that mode, except actually slice it. Slice the world on one side and replace it with barrier blocks, so it's like an invisible wall. And there's just nothing in the negative z-axis. And then use one of those replay mods to like capture footage of everything from like an outside perspective and watch this base being built like an ant farm. Very interesting. Okay. So I've got a few different things we can work on today. We're mostly just kind of cleaning up stuff and building more content until I can finally get the energy back to get to work on the boss again. The big thing last time was very silly. It was snail dominoes, or maybe marbles. I don't know how you want to consider it. Newton's Cradle, Snail's Cradle. A very silly mechanic that certain enemies will exhibit. Loading, loading, loading. So the idea is that certain enemies, not all enemies, will have different effects if hit with a domino attack. There are only 2 domino attacks in the game. One is Cat's wrench attack, and the other is not really an attack, but a reaction. So a wrench triggers an enemy's on domino attack, and what the snail does when it's hit by a domino attack is it bounces into the enemy behind it, and that itself is a domino attack. The result is that you get chain reactions. That in itself is not very impressive, but when you have 5 snails, you manage to get a little bit of damage on every single one, which I think is great. It's not complete yet because it doesn't have sound, so I can't mark it as done. But it's going to allow for a little bit more strategy in these Chapter 1 fights that otherwise we would not have. I've been disconnected from chat. I'm connected to chat again. Good. So we could work on some more modules. How many modules do we actually have so far? Okay, HP up, energy up. Power up and power up partner are not going to be in the early game. Those are pretty significant. Like doing 1 extra damage on every instance of your attacks is pretty huge. Especially for the attacks that hit multiple times. That's big. Same with defense up and defense up partner. It's like, yeah, we've got them in the game, they work, but they're not going to be available in Chapter 1. Spring Barrage. Spring Barrage is the hit an enemy 4 times move. I could see that being in the early game as kind of a powerful attack. They're bullied plenty. Overclocker. I forgot about this. I forgot this was a system, guys. Huh. This is not fully done yet. Overclocker is very interesting. The cat is secret. The cat is secret. That's the way it goes. I don't think I've even talked much about the overclocking system. Do we even have... Well... So, Thousand Year Door and other similar games, you have badges. You equip them, and they do things like give you a different set of moves, or change your stats around a little bit, or you get a certain status effect for free at the start of battle, those kind of things. We've combined that system with inventory Tetris, so you actually have to position your badges. We call them modules. And one such badge is the Overclocker, which gives you some key locations attached to the module that if you then place another module on that slot, it counts as though you have it equipped twice, which is very silly. My hope is that this leads to some very, very crazy broken builds that people wouldn't think about. But it also means that there needs to be some kind of system in place for what happens with attack modules when those are doubled. When you have the same module equipped twice or it is overclocked, is there something we can do special for those moves? I think the simplest thing is, yeah, you unlock additional tiers of that, which do more damage for a higher cost. I don't know if Thousand Year Door, because I never bothered equipping 2 of the same badge for moves. It's like I either had the move or I didn't. I know it had a system where, oh yeah, if you have 2 of the moves, then you've got a higher version of it. I don't know if it let you choose which version. I get what you mean. Maybe there's some kind of better terminology to use there, but I definitely get what you mean. I wonder if there's an automatic way. Yeah, in Thousand Year Door, if you had two of the same move equipped, I don't know if you were able to choose to use the regular version of the move or if you had to use the upgraded version. Because I just never used that system very much. I think with overclocking being a thing, I think that system will get used more. Especially once we add the sort of infinite pit mode. That's going to make it a lot more interesting. So let's add more modules. We need more early game modules. So one such is an idea. More. One such idea is, let's change the title. More things. Turtle will still love this. I left the go. I should change that go live. There we go, for next time, because I didn't even bother to check it today, because I am not on my A game. So more moves is good. One idea is a multi-bounce style move. Thousand Year Door had an early game badge that unlocked a move called multi-bounce, which let you jump on every enemy on the screen as long as you continued to get the timing right. Once per enemy. Like, it didn't loop back around and let you jump multiple times per enemy. So if you had 4 enemies on the screen, you could do 1 damage to each enemy. And that's not bad. But I mean, that's the idea. It's an early game move. It's not going to do a lot. So I think that would be a good one. Move that hits random targets, those are fun. I did have one idea for a sort of multi-bounce analog in the style of Dabble's spring attack, where he throws some springs in the air. More junk flying out of Dabble. But this one, it's a single cog wheel, and you have to do a sort of quick time event of like hold up or hold down as it lands on each target to make sure it continues to bounce to the next enemy until it runs out of targets. And that way we have a nice little hit everything for 1 damage kind of move. Which, if you combine that with like I don't know, you could clear out some enemies. It's more damage that you're able to put out that way. It would basically be if you had like 5 enemies on the screen. You could take them out in 2 rounds if you use that move twice, versus 3 rounds. Which isn't a huge difference, admittedly. But I'm sure there will be, once you upgrade the damage of Dabble, then that kind of thing is like, oh, now this is something interesting. I do think maybe we want to look at status effects. The main thing I was thinking about was what items we need in the shop. We want the shop to have a good variety of items, at least 4 different items. Right now we're sitting at 3 definite items to have. Skip your turn, but increases your next attack. So Bug Fables and Thousand Year Door both have a charge mechanic, which is very peculiar because it's sort of separate from the standard status effects in that it doesn't tick down each turn, and it can stack. Which, I mean, I guess our revive status effect is the same way, in that it stacks when you get it again, and it doesn't tick down. It doesn't have a duration. It just, you have it or you don't. But the way that charge worked is, I think, that you have 1 extra damage when you have charge, and it only lasts until you use a move, but it lasts for the duration of that entire move. So, for instance, the, let's see, the jump hits twice. Jump hits twice. And if you use charge, then each of those jumps will get the additional damage. And then it's gone after that entire attack concludes. And I think it doesn't apply to other things that you could do damage with. Like if you got, well, how would is there even a case? I think counterattacks would not count your charge damage, but they wouldn't count any attack buffs. Super guard, no. I guess it doesn't really matter. There's no meaningful distinction there between regular damage up and charge, except that charge, you can just keep charging a character's strength until you're like, yep, now I'm ready to unleash a very powerful attack. So maybe something like that. Let's see. Charge. Let's see. Okay, so charge in Thousand Year Door, it would cost 1 flower point to use, and would make the next attack stronger by 2. I think it's stacked. Yeah, boost his next attack's power. So yeah, you can just keep throwing that on. So, does this game have a super block? It doesn't. I don't think I want a true super block because it breaks the game for good players. Like, to the point where it's not that interesting anymore. The idea behind super block is it's supposed to be a sort of risk-reward kind of thing, but when you get the timing down, there's no more risk. It's like if you can land a 2-framer, it's like, all right, got it, easy. It completely negates damage and damages the attacker for free. The only downside is you're risking not getting the regular block. You risk missing the basically free block timing. Block timing is wide open free. But like you can even block like the most powerful attacks in the game that deal like 20 damage or something. And it's like, okay. Admittedly, those attacks have more difficult to predict timing. I guess that's the only thing going for those. Now, one interesting take I've seen on... Hey, Lag. Welcome on in. There was a recent mod called Infinite Pit for Thousand Year Door, and it made some tweaks. Maybe it was Infinite Pit that did this, or maybe it was Hero Mode, or whatever the other There's a few different mods for Paper Mario, not a ton. One of them changes the Super Guard system around so that Super Guard actually costs something. Star power, maybe? That's a good one, Al. There actually is a similar of course there's a similar one in Thousand Year Door. Thousand Year Door has all or nothing, which gives you a higher attack power as long as you are consistently landing the timing on action commands. And once you miss, it drops it back down to less than normal. But I like the idea of your defense is one less. Oh, can you have negative defense? Do we have that? How does our defense calculation work? Let's check that. That would be in battle actions is where we look at the defense. Okay. Block defense bonus is the one where we make sure it never drops below 0. Why is that? Oh, I know why. Because scarecrows have a -999 block just to make sure that they don't get any benefit from blocking. I'm actually going to make sure if the game itself has a runtime of like 30 hours, but could technically be beaten in under an hour by speedrunners, I'm going to add some kind of arbitrary check that makes sure the game cannot be beaten until after 10 hours plus or minus like 30 minutes have passed. Like some gate in the game does not open until that point, so that no one playing casually will ever be impacted. But speedrunners will have to wait 10 hours to see if they've got a decent run. Okay. Block defense bonus. Right. This is when you are blocking, you gain an extra 1. Oh, wait, that's for block. Wait, what? Uh-oh. This is action guard command. Wait, then what's the block tactic? Uh-oh. That collision to one of the walls. Just walk through a wall. Just walk through a wall. Hi, Willow. We've just been talking about things, and I think I just recognized a problem. Dang it. If it's just negative defense and better block, that kind of falls through if the attack does more than 2 damage. I'll have to think about that. I just realized we have 2 different things that have very similar names, which is not good. So you've got the action command where you guard, I guess would be the better name for it. You've got the guard, and then you've got block, which is an action you have to select from the tactics menu. Yes, not great. These are not supposed to interact with one another, and yet... Let me rock throw. Player defend. And then the player defend action changes you to is blocking. And then is blocking is where, yeah, right there. Great. Okay. Yeah, so this one's for when you are opting in to an actual move for blocking. This is where block defense bonus should actually be working in. Right there. This one is the action guard. So this should be something called guard defense bonus, which we don't have yet. That doesn't exist yet, but it's what the Scarecrow should have, is guard defense penalty. Yeah, guard is when you are hitting the timing to like press A at just the right moment to reduce damage. That's the one that we want our module to affect, is the guard defense bonus, which doesn't really exist yet. But it will. Now it does, at least. Okay, block defense bonus is for the cave mites, because they can actually turn on block mode after their attack randomly. They have a 50-50 chance after they attack of switching into super high defense mode. So they're guarding, or they're turning on block, but instead of just increasing their defense by 1, it's going to increase their defense by an additional 1. Hence this. So they're going to be basically invincible in the early game when they're huddled up. So what you're saying is module increases that to 2. Right, the action guard one goes up to 2 so that you can block, but makes it so you take additional regular damage. Yes. When you miss. Oh wait. When you block 3 damage instead of guarding 2 and taking 1. Negative. Right. Yes. Yeah. Right, now that's the trick, because that means that technically it's going to lower your defense by 2 and increase your guard by 2. Wait. No, wait. 1 and 1? Is it 1 and 1? It's 1 and 2. To make it work, it has to lower your defense by 1, so that taking 2 damage without blocking, you would instead take 3. But you take 2 damage, but you block, and you want to actually take 0, which means it needs to block 3 damage, because it's also going to account for your passive defense. I think we can get by with just stat changes by saying you get a bonus to your guard of a lot of 2 additional on your guard. Yeah, I'll assume they're interchangeable. We can ignore block. 2 additional guard bonus and -1 defense bonus, so that the guard bonus cancels out and actually puts you 1 in the positive. Yeah, so that's the 2 numbers that need to change are your base defense, which can be negative, and your guard bonus, which goes up by 2. Whew. Okay. that's super doable, and I like it a lot. And the question is, how easy is it to implement? Let's look at defense up right here. Player bonus defense. So that just gets dropped by 1. Okay. So we're going to copy this, basically. This feels like a pretty cheap Yeah, so you're always going to take 1 extra damage from all sources. Attack does base 3. Oh yeah, so it's going to be 3 and 1, right? Yeah, 3 and -1. Negative defense makes that 1 a 2. Yeah, so we need to make it drop you 3. Yeah, that's what we want. We definitely want it to do what you're describing. It's just a matter of getting the numbers to line up without having to do anything silly. Yeah, we want it to go down to a 1. So therefore, it's going to be base 3 damage. Your reduced defense is going to bring it up to 4. And then the guard is going to reduce it by 3, which is 2 more than usual. Yeah. So player defense 1. Player bonus defense. Okay, so now we need a new one for player bonus guard. Is that good? Player guard defense bonus. Where does player bonus defense get used? Current defense. Units have a current defense, eh? So they need... So friendly units also need a guard bonus. Or a guard damage reduction. Which will default to 1. Alright, so now we're going to actually start plugging in this new number. Guard damage reduction. In the battle actions, when we reduce by guard defense bonus. Oh, it's guard. We already had this. No, we don't. Is it on the unit? It's on the unit type. Is every attack in this game guardable? No. There's this flag of blockable, which I guess I might consider renaming that guardable. But if a move is not guardable, and right now I think there's only 1 move that really is, then yeah, then those kinds of things, no matter what your timing is, you can't block it. You can't reduce damage from it. But you can still take additional damage from it. Those are pretty rare. Sometimes that is reserved for things like item-based damage, because that's just a flat number. It's like you just take 5 damage. Where does that come in? Oh wait, that's flat damage right there. But that just skips the strength. I guess it should also skip defense. Dang it. Flat damage. Oh, piercing is the one that skips defense. And it also skips guard. No fall damage, no. Not yet, Willow. Yeah, it's similar to that. Okay, so currently we're grabbing this from unit type, but we don't want to do that anymore. Instead, we want to grab guard damage reduction from the unit itself. Guard defense bonus needs to get plopped in. Guard defense bonus or 0 goes into guard damage reduction. Oh wait, no, it's, yeah, 1 plus this. 1 plus the bonus defense. If you are Dabble, then we grab this from the game manager, player bonus guard. Player bonus guard right there. And then if you are a partner, we're going to have a partner bonus guard, which may not ever be necessary. I don't know if we're going to use that. There we go. Got it. One of the only good N64 games. And don't forget Quest 64. Okay, this is gonna be our new one, right? Yeah. Oh man, Mischief Makers. Paper Mario is on the Switch. Okay, so there's a few different things that could mean, Willow. One, there are 2 different Paper Mario games that have a Nintendo Switch cartridge. There is Paper Mario: The Origami King, which is fun, but it's not, in my opinion, one of the true original style Paper Mario games. Secondly, there is the remake of Thousand Year Door, which is on the Switch. It's gameplay-wise almost identical. There's a few quality of life changes, but it's mostly just a brush up on the graphics. Origami King is very different. And then finally, if you have the Switch online expansion bonus, the one that costs more than the $10 a month or whatever it is, I don't know how much they charge for it, but it's where you can play some N64 games on your Switch. They have Paper Mario 64 on the N64 emulator. Yeah. Is it $80 a year? Jeez. I don't get the expansion pack. I get the bare bones to be able to play online stuff. And even that feels like I'm being robbed. To rent emulators, yeah. I mean, I've got Paper Mario 64. I'm pretty sure I've got Paper Mario 64 on a cartridge downstairs. So it's $80 a year to not have to go downstairs and plug in the adapters. Paper Mario 64 is really good because it keeps things simple and is a very gentle introduction to the genre. I would recommend it. Yeah, if you've got the $80 a year package, you can play it right now on your Nintendo Switch. If you don't, then maybe you can, I don't know, find a ROM. I don't know how things work these days. TTYD is approachable. I feel like once you've played Thousand Year Door, it's hard to go back to 64. I mean, I guess there's this sort of like beautiful simplicity kind of thing, but Thousand Year Door is just an upgrade in every aspect. It's very cool. It's very cool. So I recommend 64 first, just so that you can enjoy it. Because after Thousand Year Door, it's hard to go back to Paper Mario 64. Yeah, it's a more intricate world. It's a little bit grimier in a good way. Oh, never. Yeah, never. Reggie would be upset with me. Reggie would be upsetty. What are we gonna call this module? This is like enhanced guard. Thank you, John Nintendo. I mean, we could just call it guard enhance. Or like, yeah, something like that. Oh my gosh. I have not picked up a Pokemon game since Gold, and I feel like I got the best end of this deal. I got to enjoy Pokemon. Let's see here. DS era is pretty great. Yeah. Gold was the last one I played, and I don't know what happened after Gold. I'm just gonna assume that Pokemon games have not changed at all. What is this worth? This feels like a 2-pointer right here. But like, definitely not a level 1 2-pointer. Like you gotta have two rows going for this one. All right, so it's gonna reduce player bonus defense, and it's going to increase player bonus guard. Okay, so if you were getting attacked for 3, your poor defense makes it go up to 4, your regular guard reduces it back to 3, and then the bonus guard reduces the final damage to 1. So I think that's the right math there. I think the math is mathing. Guard enhancer. So we can just have a guard enhancer right now. Let's go find something to fight in room B. All right. Oh, you know what? That's not gonna work because it's too big. So temporarily, let's make it a tiny module. Was Cyberpunk any good? I actually don't know. All right, there we go. So now I should take more damage from pigs. So these pigs should deal 2 damage to me. Unless I block. 2, good. And this one, block, 0. Okay, now I need to find something that can deal 2 damage. Like a snail. I'm gonna find a snail at this hour. Room M? Very sketchy. And that's why you always wait. Just wait until like 5 years later. 10 years? 20 years? Alright, here we go. Snail. Alright, snails normally deal to... No, wait, I nerfed them, didn't I? Okay, bonk for 1. Yeah, they only deal 1 damage. Okay. Pig. Pig. Where is... Pig. Pig strength now 2. That's a good point. I think the takeaway is that Cyberpunk can only be done in tabletop games. Right. 1 damage. 0. Wait, why is it snails? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong place. I need pigs. I need pigs! Okay. Let's put on the badge. Module. Alright. So now, pigs deal 2. So Dabble is going to take 3 damage or 1 damage. 0. 3 damage, okay. Good. And now if I block, what will I do? Good. 0 damage. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. Cool. So, that's it. It works. That's it. That was the end of it. That's the guard enhancer. Fix that. There we go. This is pretty, I think this is balanced pretty well. It is usually 1 extra defense if you can land your guards. What shape is it? I've got a vertical line, 2 blocks tall. That's it. Very small, very compact. I think that's balanced. It's 1 extra defense, but only for 1 party member, and only if you actually land your guard timing, which isn't always going to be free, and for attacks that just don't let you guard, you don't get to, you just take extra damage, and that's it. Description might need a little bit of work, but boom, there's no new module. Done. Oh, so much Willow, so much. Right now we're trying to just do more items, more modules that we can sprinkle into the world for you to collect. Let's see here. Oh. How about a tennis ball? All of our attacking items have been like bowling ball, baseball. What if we keep that theme going? Get a tennis ball that just bounces and hits all the enemies really quick. Just thump, 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 thump. A bouncy tennis ball, yeah. More balls. It's not a Magic 8 ball. I wouldn't really consider that a sports ball. In the traditional sense, if you just chucked an 8 ball, like straight off a pool table, just chucked an 8 ball at a pig, I don't think the pig's gonna fare too well. All right, let's see here. Let's get out the tablet. Tablete. Yeah, I was thinking about soccer ball as well. A cricket ball? What? Crickets don't have balls. What are you talking about, Al? Just making up things. There we go. A hockey puck. That'd be a tricky one. A ball gown. A ball module. Like that these are just the exact same size. We're just not even questioning that the baseball and the bowling ball are the exact same size. So what we would want... So I think... So bowling ball is a fun late early game item. Like Chapter 2 and 3. That will only hit ground enemies. That one already works, but I don't want that one to be available right off the bat in Chapter 1, because I think it's a little too powerful. Ah, you see. I think what we could do is for the tennis ball is just have it bounce between all the enemies very quickly. Bop, 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 bop. We'll grab a nice little tennis ball sound effect. And it'll just deal 2 or 3 damage to every enemy. 2 or 3 flat damage to every enemy. And then that'll be it. That's it. It just bounces around a lot. We can do some silly stuff to shuffle the order of enemies that it bounces between. To make sure that it always hits, like it's always bouncing back and forth. Like hits the back enemy, then the front enemy, then the second to back, then second to front, and just boom, 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 and then it rolls away or something. I don't know. How about that Hornet sprite sheet? The map. The map. Is there another... Ooh, do I have another file for this? Nope, not a good one. This is all we got to work with, really. Yes, we've got the GitHub repo for all this fun stuff. Because, yeah, that would suck. That would suck big time. That's a good point. The cloud storage does not. Let's see. So I've got it on 2 physical drives here. But that is a single location. And then the GitHub repo is just is an exact copy of what we've got here. You can never have enough. You can never have enough copies. Let's see here. I don't have a plug-in hard drive. It's all internal. I want the red to not be red. In Photoshop, I would know exactly what to do here. So instead, I'm just going to brush it around until it looks the way I want it to. I'm just going to brush the red off of it. And then we'll colorize it a little bit. Reduce opacity. That's true. All right, that's pretty good right there. Hey, you can barely tell. All right, tennis ball. That's a blurry ping pong ball. Great. Where's the stitching on the tennis ball? What is the pattern on that? I cannot for the life. Okay, 2 white lines. Right, that pattern. Goes round and oop, and then round. What is colorize? Colorize is going to leave the black flat. Which is pretty good right there. Pretty good. We need a little bit more. Kind of a lime-ish. Does it need more saturation? That's good right there. We're just chock full of knowledge. Fix that a little bit. Alright, and then this, let's do a new layer. You'd think I'd have learned the shortcut by now. Now this isn't really stitching, this is just a solid line. Should buy a notebook and make flashcards, heck yeah. So. It's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. I feel like it needs to be a little thicker. A little bit more exaggerated. And then I kind of want to make this a little bit more yellow overall. Not like that, obviously, but like up here at the top. Something like that. Alright, there we go. Tennis ball. We can give it a little bit of fuzziness. What does this look like? If I give it like this and this. What does this look like? Oh yeah, look at that. Hang on. Fuzziness. Oh wait, it's bleeding into black. Avoid that. think that's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Think brighter? Not sure how much brighter we can get. A little green, a little bit more greenish. Kind of that neon. Is that the one there? You know what? You know what it needs? It's this layer here that needs a little bit of something. Let's see here. This layer here needs a little bit of this. This is unnecessarily detailed. What are we doing? This is a game with pigs and snails, and we are adding the shading on the stitching of a tennis ball. It's a key item. Aiming for awesomeness, I guess so. Sometimes I feel like we're just doing activities for the sake of doing things rather than for the end product. I'll say that does add something to it. Kind of want to add a little bit to the other side too, but a little bit. Kind of highlight where it is. There it is. Love activities. They keep us busy. Should have known. Oh, Factorio items. I hope it's tank. Okay. Art folder. Icons. Okay, so now we got tennis ball. What does the tennis ball do? Yeah, just bounce, 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 bounce. So that needs a battle move, similar to the bowling ball. All right, so use tennis ball item. Tennis. Item directory has a bowling ball item. Add a tennis ball item. Bowling ball is 39, 49, 58 is our item index. How much does this thing cost? 8, 7, 6, 6. All right, double check our target directory. Make sure all enemies. No, it's enemy team. Target's the enemy team. Strike every enemy with a let's bop every enemy. A quick fuzzy strike. And it is use tennis ball item. There is no effect out of combat. All right, so that's the item itself done. And let's add that. Let's go ahead and add it to the shop too. Why don't we? Shop purchase zone 4. All we gotta do is just say tennis ball. That was easy. And then in Game Manager, in our list of items, throw in a tennis ball so that we have that available to test with. And now the only thing left to do is to actually add its move in. Okay. This is gonna be similar to the baseball initially. Oh, I love Donkey Kong 64. That's not it. I think... Oh, no, I didn't have it. Oh, thanks, Short. All right, so we start with put it above your head. It doesn't need rotation, really. It's just move actor at speed. This did some silly stuff here. How can I get a nice little shuffled list? Oh, Harvest Moon. I have Harvest Moon 64. I played that a lot. Played that a whole lot. Okay, so it's gonna be basically, don't do this. Move it to the enemy's position. For each enemy that we're gonna hit, move it there faster. Move it there really fast. Play a noise. Cue hurt damage. 2. 2 is the damage. It is piercing. It's flat damage. That's it. Yeah, then keep moving, right? And then at the very end, delete the actor. Okay, so we need to do this for each target. but I want to scramble the targets without scrambling the actual array. So I want to scramble a copy of the array. That's doable. Okay. So we're gonna do enemies equals a list, or enemy in enemies. Do this part. Position equals enemy dot actor dot global position plus up a little bit, so we kind of aim for their head. So move towards position, target the enemy, and then at the end, pop position. What was pop position for baseball? Oh, just way up high. Plus 3. Plus up. Okay, so then we just update this for each one. We'll just start it with vector 3.1 because I don't know. And just 0. Doesn't matter. But the point is that we end by going that way and then delete. And I think what we might try to pitch up whatever sound effect we use after each one. All right, so now we need to properly shuffle this list of enemies. Can we, let's see what we've got. Godot array. Does it just have a, give me a shuffled copy? There is a shuffle. Is there a copy? Duplicate. Array.duplicate. It's a shallow copy. That's perfect. So we just want targets.duplicate, and then we just shuffle. No, we don't want it really shuffled, do we? Not truly. Not really and truly. Okay. We always want to hit the last enemy, and then the next to last. Next. Last enemy, then first enemy, then second to last, then second to first, then third to last, then third to first. Until we hit one we've already hit. How am I gonna do that? It's like, if it's an even number, I can think of a quick way to do it. If it's an odd number, it gets a little bit screwy. Okay. No, we can just do a for loop. For I in range targets.size divided by 2. Make sure to do floor on that. So if we've got range, if we've got 5 targets, then this spits back 2. If we've got, no, so let's do ceiling. How does this work though? Do I have to do like this? It's gonna expect, cause, so what about seal? Does it return an int? No, it does not. So can I do integer? I hope this works. Okay, so the idea is this gives us rounding up the item divided by 2. So if we have 6 elements, we're gonna get 0, 1, 2. If we have 5 elements, we're gonna get 0, 1, 2. So this is just take the ending element, enemies.push targets sub negative I. No, negative I will start at 0. Negative I minus 1. You can do negative indexing in Godot, which I'm not super familiar with. I don't have that. I've worked in a few languages that use that, but it's weird to me. Do that, and then push I, but only do that last step if targets.size if it's odd and this is the final run. Is last loop. If is odd and it's the last loop, then skip this step. Okay, I think that's how we get the list of enemies in alternating inward approaching order. I think we're gonna try this a few times. Honestly, I should just go straight to the battle. So let's get out our battle manager and tell it we want to fight some snails. So let's start with 6 snails. Can you fit 6 snails? Can we even fit 6 snails in here? Is this allowed? All right, tennis ball. It should go to this one, then 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 this one. And then like up here somewhere. It immediately failed. Push. It's a pinned. It's a pinned in GD script. Where did I get push from? JavaScript, actually. It's JavaScript. That's where I got it from. I know where I got it from. It's all right. That's okay. It's all right. Right. There we go. Fingers crossed. Now what? We're appending up. Oh, you got me. You got me. Silly mistake. This time for sure. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, that worked. Okay, it went a little bit too high. That actually worked. All right. Let's get us a tennis ball sound. How about that? It actually worked. All right. Tennis ball. CC0 license. That looks good. That doesn't sound like an actual tennis ball. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, created by various tools. I want a recording. That's better. Guess. Oh, here we go. That's the one. There's some noise we'll have to filter out, but yeah, that's what we want. That's it right there. Creative Commons 0. Otherwise known as do whatever you want with it. Let's get Audacity ready. Well, you really do have to know a lot of different programs for this kind of stuff. Jeez. We've used so much tonight. All right, drag it on in here. Which one of these? These crickets. Hire a sound guy. I'm gonna try to do noise removal on this. We're gonna see if that's gonna work or not. Okay. Without with the oh, where did you miss? I mean, just sales. That one looks pretty good. This right here. Oh. I think, yeah. All right. Grab that. That. Fade out like a little bit more. I want to stretch this out. I'm gonna see if this will work. Stretch it out a bit. That works fine. All right, there we go. That's a good one. That's a good game. Tennis ball sound effect. I'm pretty sure at some point before we actually release the demo, I'm gonna have to go back and redo how the sound stuff works. Diddy Kong, gosh, Star Fox Adventures, what a game! What a game! I think it was kind of a fun little adventure. It was almost a Metroidvania. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, Mac, don't worry. It's not actually... There's barely any Star Fox at all. It was a little bit janky. It was definitely more of its own little, like, action-adventure game. Okay, I think that looks good. Tennis ball, and then battle moves. This, and then play sound. Do we have a... Battle actions. Show me play sound. Oh. Yep. Half step shift. Perfect. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And then, yeah, it's just like, and then Andross was there. It really is very obvious that it was not a Star Fox game originally. Oh, whoops, I'm launching the wrong scene. I remember it had a lot of voice acting for Nintendo stuff. Nintendo wasn't really big on voice acting for a lot of the games. Remember the big rock guy? He would be like, "Are you ready to go to Krazoa Palace?" And then the merchant, the lizard merchant, and you'd have to haggle with. There was a haggling mini game, and he wouldn't outright tell you the price of things. You would just kind of guess. And he would say how much it was, and then you could choose to pay less. You pay this much. Nope, that's too low. Nope, that's too low. Well, now I gotta find it. Nope, that's too low.
You pay this much. No, that's too low. No, that's too low.
And then he'd get angry and kick you out.
No, I don't need business from cheapskates. Get out. That's too low.
All right, tennis ball. Let me turn the volume. Yeah. Boy, they sure do that with Mario. I wonder what Donkey Kong was supposed to be before it was Donkey Kong Bonanza. I love it. Okay, now we have to test it with less snails. We have to test it with exactly 5 snails. Like, Bonanza doesn't seem like it was meant to be a Donkey Kong game from the get-go. Alright, that works for me. I love it. We got a new item in the game! Yay! Woohoo! So now we can get rid of tennis ball in our inventory. We got a new item, we got a new module. Checking things off the list. Motion, yeah, I was about to say, that's the only one so far. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's something. You got something there, guys. It looks all right. I don't feel like it's gonna be super replayable. It's gonna be very, by the looks of things, it's gonna be very much you beat the game, you can go back and there's a little bit of 100% content to do, and then that's about it. I mean, it'll be very fun, but once it's over, that's the end. That's my concern with it. It's like, oh, that's a lot to pay for that kind of experience. Kind of like Forgotten Lands. Kind of forgot them. That was the whole point, wasn't it? Okay. How about we do a new move for Dabble that can hit all enemies for 1 damage. And that is 1 damage before defense calculations. So if you hit a snail with it, it's not going to do you much good. Honestly, that's kind of what made multi-bounce interesting, is you could kind of lock down the snails, or the turtles, the Koopa Troopas. Because if you had a row of like 5 Koopa Troopas, if you multi-bounce on them, none of them get to attack. I kind of feel the same way about, what was it? They did an open world golf game, you may remember. The most recent Mario Golf had an open world mechanic. And it was interesting, but they didn't really let you play it. I do not, in fact, remember. Yeah, so they had a mode in the latest Mario Golf that was called, like, what did they even call it? Something like cross-country golf or something. And the idea was everyone starts in one spot, and I think it was kind of like Blackout Bingo. Or maybe I'm adding more rules than there were, but it was just like, you are on the golf course, you can just walk around as fast as you can, get your ball into as many holes on the course as possible. As soon as you get your ball in the hole, you just start swinging again and just aim for any nearby holes that you can find. I was like, okay, there's something to that. That's an interesting mode. But they only let you do it like a little bit in story mode. Yeah. I'm sure you can set it up in multiplayer mode, probably, maybe. Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, and now you can just kind of walk around the world and exist in this beautiful place. No, not really that. What was the other similar weird decision they did? Super Mario Party, not Mario Party Superstars, which is very similarly named, and not Mario Party Jamboree, and not Mario Party Jamboree Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV game. In Super Mario Party, they had a mode that was, for some reason, it was limited to only if you were playing 2v2 teams. And it removed all of the spaces from the game and instead just overlaid a grid. And whenever you rolled, you got to choose where to move your character around to try and get to key locations and land on specific spots and try to like jump on other players' heads to steal coins. So it was like a completely different way to play the game. And I really enjoyed it, and I hate that they made it so that you could only play it if you were doing teams. The thing is that every board is very obviously built with this grid in mind. So I feel like initially that was going to be the game. Like, it feels like that's what they set out to do, is to make that what the new Mario Party experience was going to be. Was, all right, instead of like a Candyland style stay on the trail, we're going to do like clue movement of free roam move with whatever you roll and make it more of a strategy game where you're like, well, I can go over here to get more dice blocks that I can use, or I can grab these coins over here, or I can or I can beeline for the star. And it felt really interesting. Then they're like, no, let's just slap regular Mario Party on top of this and make this a side mode. That's what it feels like. I'm not sure how much more stream I've got in me. I don't know if we should start another thing. I've got another attack in mind, but yeah, that was really the thing. Gosh, they really made it work well with the Koopa Troopa enemies. Next gen Mario Paint. I don't know. Mario Paint was an interesting little experiment. Because it really was like the full package of like, yeah, you can make music, you can make art, you can make animation, you can put it all together and make a little movie with music that you wrote. But how do you do that in a modern... Here's the problem. The thing that people will want for a modern iteration of Mario Paint would be online capabilities. And do you really want... I know Nintendo does not want to give people unfettered creative freedom on their platform. Because they have the family-friendly platform. They can't do that. What do you think is going to happen What do you think's gonna happen if you give Mario Paint online capabilities? What are people gonna draw? What do you think people are gonna draw? That's why I don't think we're gonna get a modern Mario Paint. It's like they could do a sort of single-player Mario Paint, but it's like that's not interesting. Weirdly enough, the games, there have been 2 recent games that have the most amount of Mario Paint DNA in them. And it's Mario Maker and, to a certain extent, Game Builder Garage. But Mario Maker more explicitly. It actually has a lot of the, I'll call them characters from Mario Paint, including Undo Dog. Remember in Mario Paint, you click the dog to undo and it would bark. That's what Mario Maker has. It has Undo Dog, and it has the reset rocket. 102 Mario Maker 2. I don't even have it up here. We could either raid out or do some Slay the Spire on stream. What do we want to do? If we raid out, oh, Teddy Tank's on. We'd probably raid into Imps, Rando, Multi-World, Spire. Yeah, why not? Why not? Okay, we are changing scenes. Does this work? Does that command work? No, it's just Paper Robot. Alright, turn off the music. Turn all this off. In the middle of a run. Don't ask who this robot is. Doesn't matter. I see. This is going to suck. Yes. I don't have enough energy. So this is the 3rd character out of 4. Turn. Yeah, that would be good. I want some defense here, but I'm all out. Ow. That's pretty good. Okay, what do we got? Ooh, do like that. I really need some defense, though. I've got 5 energy, though, so I think I'm okay for energy. I do this? Could I do... No, that doesn't work. Let's do this, this, and this. Focus. Glacier, block. And then weakness. Okay, that should do. So this character's mechanic is very different. You've got orbs that you have to manage that each can independently do things, and you can have up to 3 of them at a time, and when you try to get another one, it knocks the last one out, and it does an extra bonus effect, which is nice. Okay, about to do 6. Got 3 energy to go for here. What can I do? Could deal 18 damage to him, but lose out on this 4 per round. So I do that and then put it back. Versus... Yeah, well, keeping the weakness on would be good too. I do want to keep the weakness effect on. And we'll go ahead. Ow, vulnerability. Hand of Greed. Not quite enough yet. Glacier, that's good. I can rebound a card. What if I rebounded Hand of Greed? No, I'm not gonna get enough block. I could rebound Glacier though. If I wanted to. What am I getting next? Strike. And I guess I can defend, but I really don't need to. It's fine. Ow, don't worry about the Spire. It's great hands. Something good, nothing good. It's this confusion. Admittedly, confusion can be very fun. I'm gonna get 9, 12 total block, which isn't enough. Unless I also defend, in which case I can't do anything. I'm just not being left with any options. Just gonna defend. Wait for a more favorable opportunity. Here we go, here we go. Oh, wait, do we have it? Do we have enough? No. Dang it. I really want to kill him with this. There's a chance we'll draw that next round. I play Hand of Greed, which allows me to draw 25 gold if it's the killing blow. Come on, give it to me. If I can block all 22 of this. I can't even really do any damage to him, so it doesn't really matter. Greedy little Spire boy. I could kill him right now. For free. Which means I can gamble a bit. Can I get 22 here? Okay, do this. I think we can make this work. I'm gonna get greedy. Yeah, we've got this. So he's dealing 16. I'm easily blocking that. And I have a pretty decent chance of getting a Hand of Greed for that money. No Hand of Greed? No Hand of Greed? Okay. I'm just gonna do more defense. More defense. More defense. 47 block. There's Hand of Greed. And I get 25 gold bonus, which is pretty good. Echo Form. First card you play each turn is played twice. That seems very powerful. Okay, upgraded is not that great, but that's a really good power. I'll take that card. Alright, we need to use some of these potions too. Hand of Greed. Alright, what do we got? A lot of damage coming my way. A lot of damage coming my way. Dang. I can gain block. Defragment. I can defend. Duplication potion would be really nice to use, but only if we could use it on something. 7 block, and I could take him out. But then I'm still taking like 18, 22. There's 26 damage on the board. 16. I'll take 9. I could get it down to 4. Okay. More focus. Some block. And some block. Weakness. Okay, took 4. Sunflower popped, so we've got lots of stuff happening. What if I duplicate? That would be super overpowered. Okay, so does that apply now? I would like to use this, but I'd also like to take this guy out. Well, I could take him out with this. And then I'm still taking some damage, but it's not as bad. Just to take this guy out. Oh my gosh, it's Imp! Welcome in. I was just talking about possibly raiding you. And then I got talked into switching over to Slay the Spire. We're having a low energy night. I'm still kind of getting over my cold. But we got stuff done. We got like a new module and a new item in the game. It's great. And some potential plans for next time. How is the rando? Was it a ped seed? And if not, why not? Yeah, strengthen block. Great. Want to be glacial. Oh, so now I've got Echo Form, so it'll play it twice. Interesting. Oh, that's a lot of block. That's pretty good. Not a pet seed. Well, at least somebody had it. 27, okay, so we got 27, 34. And I've got 35 block. Well, how about that? We pulled it off. I don't want to hurt him yet. Could go for the eyes now, but that's not going to be a lot of weakness. Let's just poke him. He was right here now. Germdove's on his world tour. IGQ. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, I played Charge Battery twice. Oh, right, I've got Echo Form on. That's really hard to remember. May as well hit this guy with this. Just, there's gonna be more gremlins coming. Quite get him. But now I only need to tap him a little bit with lightning or something. Boy, can you imagine? Get him, boys! I need to do a 7 damage. There's so much energy. There's so much energy now. Oh, this is perfect. Because it's gonna do it double. It's gonna do it double. And then I can... Okay, I need to evoke twice to gain enough block. Oh, that's a lot of damage. There's something I can seek. Glacier. I can get Glacier out right now. Is this a good opportunity to use the duplication potion? To use this twice? Okay, if I use this now, I'm gonna slay that spire. Hey, Captain. If I use this as is, I'm getting 10 block, and I'm triggering 2 of these for 12 more. So 22, 23, 24, 25, 34. That does deal with this guy completely. Well, almost completely. And then I can just do this on this guy to deal with that. That blocks almost everything. If I evoke it twice, then that would deal with everything. And Glacier's about to pop again. Feels like overkill to block 2 damage. Let's just strike him. Chip away at him. Yeah, 2 damage. Very doable. Oh, now he's gonna summon. Great. So we just gotta chip away and see what we got coming up. Hand of Greed. We will duplicate Hand of Greed if we need to. Oh, Hand of Greed, even duplicated, is not quite enough. But it'll get pretty darn close. Where's Hand of Greed, though? Where is it? Okay, that's actually fine. Because now we know Hand of Greed is next. Right, it doubles. I keep forgetting that it doubles. Echo Form is very weird to play with. It's very powerful. Yeah. Okay. There's Hand of Greed, and it's gonna play twice. There we go. That's 25 free gold. And random card in your hand costs 0. Oh, okay. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. None of these are pretty nice. They don't really work with my build right now. So I'll just take more HP. Because I have that option now. Ooh. Yeah, actually, I will accept this. Let's remove regular defend. It's pretty nice. Have a good night, Al. Wrapping up the school year. Let's see here. What needs upgrading still? Defragment. Ooh, that'd be very good. What about Echo? Oh, right, it just removes the ethereal. Ethereal just means that we have to play it when it comes out. As soon as we draw it, that's got to be the one we play. Defragment. 2 focus is pretty good on all the orbs. That's like an extra 3 defense or 9 damage. What about machine learning? What does that do? Innate. So just more draws. Let's upgrade defragment. Yeah. Pretty wimpy treasure. Elite for a relic. Or just camp for health. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Oh boy. Ooh. Alright, well we gotta use Echo Form. Then I will use this block potion. What happened here? Right, when you use a power, something becomes free. Wow. Oh, and I used a power, so something became free. Oh, nice. And so I'll actually be able to block everything. except for the status effects. That will actually suck a bit. Yeah, we're gonna get a bunch of those. Power, something becomes free. Glacier. Wait, did that count twice? I have 4 focus now? Oh. I didn't think about that. That's ridiculous. Oh my gosh, wait, what just happened? I just became extremely powerful. All of a sudden. I mean, I'm not liking all these wounds. Oh, now I'm vulnerable. There's Hand of Greed. You're not... Oh, but Hand of Greed is weaker than usual. No. Alright, that's fine. Let's weaken you. Dang it, it played it twice. I should have... Oh my gosh. I'm just not prepared for things to happen twice. I can play this and this. That'll kill him. And I'll end my turn there. Okay, remember Echo Form is on. So the first move I pick is very important. Hand of Greed for 50. Can I deal 56? I can deal 56. Okay. Dang it, I'm not gonna get the 25 gold from it. I could get the 25 gold from it if I hit him with it instead. And so I would use this on him to weaken him for the rest of the fight. Hand of Greed on you. Take 25 gold. That's greed. That is pure greed. This guy won't be able to deal enough damage, so I can just strike and zap. Double focus. Man, that is something. Yeah, now all those wounds are starting to come out. Alright, he's dealing 5 damage. He won't get through. So just charge battery. Oh, it did it twice. I keep forgetting. And then we could just seek Glacier. Because, well, actually, I don't really have a good reason to. I could seek the wound out just to get it out of the deck for safety. We'll deal 6. And that's all we'll do. Let's get picked out by this lightning. Hand of Greed is going to be hard to get now. Oops, I killed him. First time you lose HP, draw extra cards. When an enemy dies, gain energy and draw a card. Pretty good. Ooh, more defragment. Oh, gain 2 orb slots. That's super weird. I love it though. And what do I have for playing power cards? A random card in your hand costs 0 that turn. This feels really good. Power cards. Okay. Start with defense from the anchor. What else? When I play a power, something randomly becomes free. Don't have any powers right now. Which is not good. Echo form is not on. Okay, just blocking. Probably blocked more than I needed to. I could have done some chip damage there. Okay, anchor's up. I don't need to block at all. I am going to take advantage of this turn to specifically grab Echo Form. And we'll turn on Machine Learning. And everything's free now. Good. Good then. Okay. Yeah, now the strength starts going up. Okay, no offense coming out, so we can go full on. Yes, we're going to use this to get double the defragment. Or do we go... Oh, no, 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 no. What do we do? Both of these would be really powerful. 5 orbs. Seven orbs. Okay. Next up, Hand of Greed on you to put you in striking distance. Defragment. I want to save this for a double, and I still can. I still can. There we go. Now she's in range of just a strike. Oh, no, she just got killed. And that gives me energy and a card, but it's already the end of my turn. Oh, that's a weird interaction, the phases. All right. So this is going to double cast this. So now I have 7 slots. Oh no, that's really powerful. That feels a little bit over the top. Okay, well, dang it, I don't even get to fill this up. I just get Hand of Greed double on him and I win. Alright, no money. I don't want any of these. Oh, this is very powerful. Okay. There's Echo Form right off the bat. Let's do it. But I also have a freebie 1, which I'll use for the strike, I guess. What if I had cast... What if I duplicate Echo Form? Would that mean that the first card gets played 3 times? We're gonna try that on the boss. This is just gonna deal 4 damage to someone, and that's it. I'm really enjoying this character. It's very different. And now it's getting very silly. Okay, so first is doubled. So we can double capacitor. I want to hold on to defragment until we can double that one. Deal 12 damage. Put the next card you play on top of your draw pile. I don't think this is going to work, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm going to do machine learning as the next card. So that's not going to go on top of my draw pile, right? It can't because it's gone. So how does that work? I want to save defrag until we can double it. If we can pull that off, that'd be really funny. Okay, we're gonna draw 3 from taking damage here. Didn't take a lot of damage, which is good. Alright, so what do we got? Alright, that's a lot of things. Okay, the first thing we do is gonna get cast twice. We're gonna do Glacier twice then. We're gonna echo the Glacier. That's a lot. That's good. Is there anything we want to seek for this turn here? Hand of Greed is available, but we can't do anything with it. We don't have enough energy. We could grab Go for the Eyes just to flush it out quicker. Use that on you. Then how much damage we got out here? 18, 24. We're gonna block all that. So we're great. Let's grab more energy for next turn. Bank a little bit of energy there. Seven orbs with 4 focus. The Ford focus. We're gonna call it the Ford focus strategy. No such luck this. Oh wait, no, there it is. There it is. It just feels so strong. All right, do we do that or do we just knock this guy out and then defragment for 2 focus, which means 16 block coming up, and then a regular block on top of that? I think that's probably the smarter, safer play. Or defragment, double defragment, kill this guy off, get the money. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's get the... Why not? Why not get the 4 focus? Oh, and that gives me energy and draw a card. I forgot about that from the Gremlin Horn. That sums up my experience with this game once it gets past, like, the first area is, oh right, I forgot I had that, so this is happening. 12. Jeez, that's a lot of block every turn for free. Man, it's like, it takes a few turns to get it going, but once it's going, it's good. All right, first one's gonna double. Don't forget that.